Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Yay! Hi, it's Elisa. Welcome to a new video lesson. 10 lines you need to know for introducing yourself. Let's begin. Mein Name ist Alisa. My name is Elisa. Mein Name ist Alisa. What's your name? Was ist dein Name? Hallo, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Hallo, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Hello, it is nice to meet you. As in English, when you introduce yourself and you meet somebody for the first time, you just add, of course, es ist schön, Sie kennenzulernen. It is nice to meet you. Eines meiner Hobbys ist, mit meinem Hund spazieren zu gehen. One of my hobbies is to walk my dog. Eines meiner Hobbys ist, mit meinem Hund spazieren zu gehen. One of my hobbies is to walk my dog. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I have a dog, a German Shepherd, and I actually love to go on a walk with him and play with his ball. He loves it. Yeah, what is your hobby? Ich bin Jahre alt. I am years old. Ich bin Jahre alt. I am years old. Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Ich bin Grafik- und Textildesignerin. I'm a graphic and textile designer. Ich bin is used for many things. It's something you should definitely learn and memorize because it's for almost everything. Ich bin hungrig, I'm hungry. So ich bin in this case is referred to your profession. So please tell me, what do you do? Ich komme aus Deutschland. I am from Germany. Ich komme aus Deutschland. I'm from Germany. Woher kommst du? Where are you from? Leave me in the comments. Ich höre gerne Musik. I enjoy listening to music. Ich höre gerne Musik. I enjoy listening to music. What is your favorite kind of music? Was ist deine Lieblingsmusik? Ich lebe in... I live in blank. Ich lebe in... I live in blank. Ich lebe in Köln. I live in Cologne. I used to live there, now I don't, but Cologne is a very fun city. If you have a chance, go visit. Yeah, where do you live? Wo lebst du? Leave in the comments. Ich lerne seit Jahren Deutsch. I've been learning German for years. Ich lerne seit Deutsch. I've been learning German for blank. Obviously, I grew up talking German. Ich lerne Deutsch auf GermanPod101.com. I'm learning German at GermanPod101.com. Ich lerne Deutsch auf GermanPod101.com. I'm learning German at GermanPod101.com. How long have you been learning German with GermanPod101.com? Thank you for watching the top 10 lines you need to know for introducing yourself. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave me in the comments what was your favorite line. Bye! Back to the basics. Mein Name ist Alisa. My name ist Elisa. So that is a very important sentence you need to know. Okay, that was so not funny.
Entschuldigung,
Ja,
ich suche die Goethe-Schule.
die Goethe-Schule?
Ja,
Ich suche die auch.
guten Tag, ist das hier die Anmeldung?
Ja? Wie heißen Sie?
Paul Martins.
P-O-H...
Nein, P-A-U-L, Paul. Paul auf Deutsch.
Aha. Und der Nachname?
M-A-R-T-E-N-S.
Danke.
Hallo, ich heiße Laura, sehr erfreut. Hi, I'm Laura, nice to meet you. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to introduce ourselves in German. We'll start speaking right away, but first, it's important to clarify that in German there is a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how German people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. Hi, I'm Laura. Nice to meet you. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. Start by saying Hallo, ich heiße, then say your name. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Finally say Schön, dich kennenzulernen. Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. And now, let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Good day, I'm Laura Meyer. Nice to meet you. Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these expressions together. Hallo has been substituted with the formal greeting Guten Tag, German for good day. Ich heiße Laura has not been changed. Ich heiße simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Laura Meyer. Here, you would say your full name. Finally, pay attention to the ending. We went from dich kennenzulernen to Sie kennenzulernen. What is changing is the German word for you. In a formal sentence, we use the more polite word Sie. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in German is Hallo, ich heiße Laura. Schön, dich kennenzulernen. The formal way to introduce yourself is Guten Tag, ich heiße Laura Meyer. Schön, Sie kennenzulernen. Now it's time for Laura's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. If you're not sure whether to use schön dich kennenzulernen or schön Sie kennenzulernen, just say simply sehr erfreut, as I said at the beginning of this lesson. If you use the correct sentence with German people, they're definitely going to be impressed. That's it for this lesson. Do you know how we say thank you in German? We learn how to say this and many other words in the next lesson. Bis bald zur nächsten Lektion. See you then.
Everybody, what's up? I'm Henrik. Welcome to a new episode of GermanPod101.com. You see, it's still not the best weather ever here in Germany, but soon we're getting there. And then I can totally recommend you to come here, travel here. And what do you need for traveling? Exactly. You need 20 phrases you must know for traveling. Here we go. First phrase, when you don't know where to go, you ask, könnte ich eine Karte bekommen? Could I have a map? Actually, you could also ask this to your friend who is going to traveling, because card also works for postcard. So if you have to stay home and not traveling, you can ask for a Karte, for a card, or you can ask for a map, which we also call Karte, and then you can find your way. Number 2, very important sentence. Sprechen Sie Englisch? Do you speak English? Here in Germany, it's quite common. People do speak English, even though the older ones, not so much. But whenever you meet like a young couple or young people on the street and you really cannot find your way or you're really struggling, you can always try to even talk to them in English. But if you want to be polite, you can ask in German. Sprechen Sie Englisch? And then the person will know, oh, okay, sure, I'm going to try to help you out. Gibt es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Often airports are kind of outside of the city, right? In Germany, or actually in Europe, we have Ryanair. Probably you've heard about it. It's like cheap airline, but we all want to save money, so it's good. But often the airports of this Ryanair are actually not in the city. So if you fly Ryanair to Barcelona, you end up, 100 kilometers out of Barcelona, and then you always have to take a bus. This also happens in Germany. For example, the Frankfurt airport of Ryanair is about 100 kilometers out of Frankfurt, so you will have to ask for a bus to the city. How do you do this? Gibt es einen Bus vom Flughafen in die Stadt? Number 4. Ist das WLAN kostenlos? Is the Wi-Fi free? It's getting more and more there here in Germany. I remember when I was traveling in the US, you could get free Wi-Fi everywhere, even in the streets. Yeah, I'm sorry, we're not that far here now, but more and more places, train stations, airports have free Wi-Fi. So you must be pretty unlucky to not find free Wi-Fi when you're like flying in or coming by train. So yeah, bring your devices, and in any case, you can ask, sprechen Sie Englisch? Do you speak English? To find your way. Number 5. Haben Sie freie Zimmer für heute Nacht? Do you have any vacancies for tonight? Yeah, if you're going to a hotel or hostel or I don't know, an apartment and you haven't booked previously or ahead, then first of all you need to know if there's any space left for you, or if you should go on and search for another place if you don't want to crash on somebody's couch. So then go to the hotel, go to the reception, ask if they're free rooms, and usually they should be able to help you out. Unless, I mean, you could also just walk through the streets and ring a doorbell and ask, haben Sie freie Zimmer? Do you have vacancies? But this might get you in trouble with police, I don't know. Number 6. Könnte ich in ein anderes Zimmer wechseln? Could I move to a different room? If you're really unhappy with your room and you're like, oh gosh, no, I don't want to stay here, then you ask the receptionist, hey, could I move to another room? It didn't happen to me so far. I was quite lucky. Whenever I was traveling, I had pretty nice rooms, but I have heard it happens. Like if it's dirty, or I don't know, the neighbors of the other room are super loud, doing whatever, then it's legit to ask for a different room. If you want to change your room and you ask in German, they're probably even more willing to help you out. Number 7. Ich habe eine Reservierung. I have a reservation. Yeah, this is what usually is the case, not like previously when you had to ask if there's any room left. Usually you have a reservation and then everything works kind of itself. You just go to the desk, ask, hey, ich habe eine Reservierung. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, what's your name? And if you watch my other videos, you will know how to say your name in German, and then you can check in your hotel all in German, all good. And you have a perfect start for your trip. Könnten wir das Menü haben, bitte? Could we have the menu, please? Yeah, going to a restaurant, you of course want to know what the food offering is before you just order anything. The waiter comes with the menu, and you can open it, search for your entree and for your drink. Beer I'd recommend, and then, oh, what I'm gonna eat, Schnitzel. Eat Schnitzel. Schnitzel is awesome. Good German food. I love it. Haben Sie Empfehlungen? Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, if you don't want to listen to my recommendation, eating Schnitzel and having a beer, you can also ask the waiter for recommendations of the house. Often they're even like special offers or menu of the day, something like that. Yeah, just go ahead and ask for recommendations. Often you even like will be surprised of some cool food you wouldn't have thought of if you have chosen by yourself. Now we're getting to the sad part of all the restaurant evening. Die Rechnung bitte. Could I have the check, please? Yeah, of course. If you eat in a restaurant, in the end, there's always a payment. And if you want to ask for the check or for the bill in Germany, that's die Rechnung. So you can just point out your finger to the waiter, die Rechnung bitte, and he will be happy to bring you the bill. You can leave a little tip. We usually tip about like 10%, and then everything's fine. Ich bin allergisch gegen Erdnüsse. I'm allergic to peanuts. Yeah, this happens. If you don't eat peanuts, and if you're not sure whether there are peanuts in your food or not, it's a good idea to ask, or just to raise attention to the waiter. Hey, ich bin allergisch gegen Erdnüsse, so please don't bring me any peanuts. Number 12. Wasser bitte. Water, please. Other than in the US, in Germany it's not common that you get free water at the table during your evening in the restaurant. You always have to order it, unfortunately. So whatever you want to drink, if it's beer, Coke, or just like water from the sink, you would always have to order it and pay it. So don't expect the waiter to bring you water for free. If you order water, then it also will appear on the bill. But therefore we used to have sparkling water, which in my opinion is way better than just ink water, come on, it's so boring. Wie viel kostet das? How much is this? Yeah, if you're really thirsty, want the water, but are kind of out of money, then you should ask maybe how much it is, and then you can use this phrase, wie viel kostet das? How much is this? Or yeah, anything in the souvenir store, there's like this stupid little thing you want to bring home, but you don't want to spend a fortune on it, then better ask before, how much is this? Wie viel kostet das? Oh, see, sun is coming out. Now is the right time to travel here. First learn the sentences, but then travel here. Yeah, you see, when the sun is shining like this, you should pack your stuff. Ich möchte 10 von diesen. I'd like 10 of these. I remember when I went to Brazil, there's always this so-called feira. It's like a fair where they sell food and toys and everything. But then, of course, the most exciting for me were the fruits, because they had so many exotic fruits. And then I went there and like, oh, I had like 10 of these and 5 of these and 3 of that, and there were fruits I've never seen, so I wanted to try. So this might happen to you if you come here, that you see fruits or vegetables that are not so common in your country. Then you can really use the sentence. Yeah, you should always try the new stuff. Ich möchte das hier. I'd like this. Coming back, if you're at the fair and you really don't know, like there's something you've never seen, but then you want to point at it and say you want this, and you want to impress the one who's selling you, the seller, speaking German, then you can just say, ich möchte dies, and he will be like, cool, here you got it. Number 16. Könnten Sie mir einen Rabatt geben? Could you give me a discount? Also, this happens. We have flea markets where there's people sell their used stuff, or even on the markets, on the Sunday farmers market, whatever. Sometimes you can try to negotiate, and you can always ask. It's not impolite. If you feel like, oh cool, this is a place where it's just common to negotiate a little, you can ask for a discount. Even though don't expect too much. I know in other countries it's common that, okay, the price is 20, but he's already happy if he gets 10. Yeah, no, here it's more like if the price is 20, you can maybe negotiate it down to 18, or it always depends. Also, I mean, if you ask in German, probably you will waste your chances that you really get a discount, because they will appreciate your effort to speak German. Don't be pushy on it, but try and negotiate it a little and you might get your discount. Nehmen Sie Kreditkarte? Do you take credit card? You should definitely bring your credit card. In most supermarkets and yeah, stores, whatever, you can use the credit card, but still there's a lot of like smaller shops or the flea market. Apparently they usually don't take credit cards, so it's not as widespread as in the US, but we're getting there. We still like our cash in our hands, see what we're paying with. It's also dangerous to always pay by credit card. You don't really see how much money you spend, especially on holiday. You're more like, oh cool, I want to enjoy my time, spend some money here, spend some money there, and then credit card in. And then just returning home, you get the letter with all the money you spent, and you're like, oh holy, that was a lot of money. Number 18. Wo ist der Bahnhof? Where is the train station? In case you need to go back to the airport, want to take the train, and you don't know where the train station are, then you're probably in trouble. So you should check beforehand on your map, or yeah, I don't know, take a cab or something. But maybe you're not late, maybe you have plenty of time, and then just want to find the way yourself. You can go and ask, hey, where's the train station? Need to catch a flight. Entschuldigen Sie, wie hoch ist der Fahrpreis? Excuse me, what's the fare? In buses or trains, if you haven't bought your ticket previously ahead, then you might want to ask the driver what's the price before we're taking it, to not be surprised later. Yeah, bus tickets in the city usually are like, I'd say, 250. Train tickets apparently depend on how far you want to go. I think a train ticket from Berlin to Munich, for example, 50 euro, I guess. Depends also if you book ahead or not. But yeah, if you ask the driver or anybody at the train station, you probably haven't booked ahead. It's always smarter to book ahead, then you can get way cheaper tickets, especially for trains. In buses, usually you're not really able to book a ticket ahead. You just buy it right there. And yeah, the driver in the bus always is happy to help you out when you're uncertain about the price. So just ask him. Number 20, selfie time. Könnten Sie ein Foto von mir machen? Could you take a picture of me, please? Yeah, nowadays this question is not asked so often anymore because you always do your selfies, right? You do that? Like, I could actually film all this in selfie, but I would be too shaky, I guess. But if you want a proper picture, maybe of your group with everybody in it and not just this long selfie arm, then you should ask a stranger on the street. And I told you previously that most Germans are like know at least a little English, so they would understand if you have a camera and say, "Oh, could you take a picture, please?" That you all want them to take a picture of you. Good sentence to know if you're traveling alone or with your partner or in a group and you want to have a picture. Then just ask, "Oh, könnten Sie ein Foto von mir machen? Könnten Sie bitte ein Foto von mir machen?" Going back home after your travel, you see clouds are coming back, like I'm not in this bright sun anymore. Yeah, time to go home. Yeah, travel is over, let's go back home and then bus to the airport. Have a good flight. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, it was fun. So if you come to Germany, if you're traveling here now, you really know like some sentences here and there. You can, if your German is not that fluent yet, that you can spread into for you to enjoy your trip more, also for the people you meet, the Germans, to make them have a good time seeing your effort speaking German. I believe whenever I travel to some country I should know at least some sentences, so this is your entry card for the first trip to Germany. Yeah, if you want to learn more, subscribe to the channel at germanpod101.com. I hope to see you next time. Leave some comments. Ciao, ciao.
Herr Cardigan,
Bitte nennen Sie mich nur Joe.
also gut. Ich bin Anke. Joe, kommst du als Tourist nach Berlin oder beruflich?
Als Tourist.
Und wie lange bleibst du?
Ich bleibe 2 Wochen.
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Today, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Fertig? Are you ready? Los! So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Danke. Danke. Danke means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add sehr. Danke, sehr. Sehr means a lot. So danke sehr is like saying thank you very much. During the last lesson, we discussed the informal and the formal way of speaking German. Danke is the casual way to thank someone. If you want to be more formal, there is another phrase you should use. Ich danke Ihnen. Ich danke Ihnen. Let's break this phrase down. Ich is I, and danke means thanks. Ihnen is a formal word for you in the dative case. Notice that we don't use Sie as in the last lesson. We will discuss German pronouns in more depth in a later lesson. The full sentence once again. Ich danke Ihnen. How do you answer? It's easy. Here are 2 different ways to do it. The first is bitte schön. Bitte schön. Bitte schön can be used with just about anybody. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression gern geschehen. Gern geschehen. Literally, this phrase means I liked it to happen or happened with pleasure. But it has become a common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says danke to us, we can simply reply with bitte schön or gern geschehen. Now it's time for Laura's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use danke or ich danke Ihnen, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Danke can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Henrik. Welcome to a new episode of GermanPod101.com. Today, the first time here from Munich. It's my little room I'm living in right now. I moved to Munich for a new job. It's a great city. It's kind of a travel from where I've been before. But according to this, I have a very cool topic for you today. Top 10 ways to prepare your travel. We all love traveling. Probably you love traveling. That's why you take this course, because you want to travel to Germany. If you want to travel, a good preparation is the first step. So, here we go. Reiseziel wählen. To choose your destination. Bitte wähle jetzt dein Reiseziel aus. Please choose your travel destination. So apparently if you want to go somewhere, first of all you got to choose where you want to go. I do this myself this summer holiday. I'm not really sure yet where I should go. I'm thinking on Greece. Do you have any recommendations? I heard the islands are pretty nice. But anyways, there are so many nice travel destinations in the world, so before you get into all the planning stuff, make sure you wisely choose your travel destination. Einen Reiseführer kaufen. To buy a guidebook. Bitte kauf dir einen Reiseführer, bevor du aufbrichst. Please go and buy a guidebook before you leave. And most people, I guess, are going online to search for travel destinations and for where they want to go. Even though I personally really like having a guidebook, because but if you really have something to look in, then it's more, I don't know, for me it's easier to plan stuff. You go page by page, you can compare. And on the internet there's just so much stuff, it's maybe a bit overwhelming, and you never know, okay, this website maybe just some weirdos wrote, I don't know. But in the travel guide, in the guidebook, you usually have like really well-researched information and can be sure that what they write down there is pretty accurate. I would recommend go buy a guidebook instead of only relying on the internet. I got one of the most important for you. Geld sparen. To save money. Geld sparen ist gerade in jungen Jahren sehr wichtig. To save money is very important, especially at a young age. Indeed, that's a little bit the paradox on here, right? When you're young, you usually have a lot of time. I don't know if you're a student, there's lots of students' holidays, days off, school holidays, and you have all the time to travel, but there's no money. Later on your work, you gain all the big money, but then there's no time anymore to travel. So kind of difficult to find the good way here. So best thing to do if you're young, having a lot of time, save up some money so that you can go travel. Because once you're working, it gets harder. Also, never underestimate how much you spend in the holiday. It's not only the train, the flight, or the accommodation. If you really want to enjoy your holiday, you should have saved up some money to do stuff where you are, because just by going there and hanging out in your hotel, you don't really need to go there, right? Einen Flug buchen. To book a flight. Wir buchen heute einen Flug nach Spanien. We're going to book a flight to Spain today. So once you've saved up all the money, you can go ahead and book the flight. Make sure you research a little bit on the internet, compare prices. Also, after my experience, Tuesday night is the best day to book the flights. I don't know. Maybe you have different experiences, but for me, that's when I find the cheapest fares. Die Kosten recherchieren. To research the cost. Es ist wichtig, dass man vor der Reise die Kosten recherchiert. It is important that you research the cost before the trip. Yeah, apparently before booking the flight, you should actually research the cost, then save up enough money so that you can make sure you can have the trip you want. Because, as I said earlier, it's not only the flight, it's not only the accommodation, there's so much more that you will spend during your holiday. Often, like food, okay, you say, oh, I have all inclusive, but still, you want to go, I don't know, like to a bar, to a party maybe, or on a maybe a little boat trip, or at the beach just with an ice cream. I don't know, there are many things you want to do in the holiday that you maybe wouldn't do at home. So it's important that you kind of research a little bit what are the costs for all the accommodation and flights, but also what are the costs for the stuff that I want to do at the place I'm going to, so that you can have the best time. Urlaub beantragen. To request vacation time. Rechtzeitig Urlaub beantragen sollte man nicht vergessen. You should not forget to request holiday on time. Indeed, if you plan on having a cool trip somewhere, make sure that your boss is okay with that. Imagine that, you're planning on your holiday, and then after that you go to your boss, say, oh, can I have some days off? I want to go to, I don't know, a cool place. And then he says, no, I need you. All the planning, all the research of the cost, everything for nothing. Worse, even if you already booked something, this can be very cost intensive. So do the research, ask for vacation, and then book. That's the right order. Unterkünfte buchen. To book accommodations. Günstige Unterkünfte kann man im Internet buchen. Cheap accommodations can be booked on the internet. For me this is always when the trip kind of gets real, like, okay, booking the flight is the first cool step, but then if you book like a hotel or a hostel, cool stuff. Or maybe in Airbnb, there are so many options nowadays. This is when you kind of like feel, okay, this is the place, really, not only the country or the city, but this is the place where I'm going to stay. Then for me, this is always the exciting moment of, oh cool, like the travel gets real. I know where I will spend my time. I will know where I will be accommodated. It's an important part. Also, there's like a big range of cost. If you compare with prices on the internet, you probably find something very cheap. Many options for whatever you like. Den Reisepass erneuern. To renew your passport. Hast du etwa vergessen, deinen Reisepass zu erneuern? Did you forget to renew your passport? Oops. That's one thing you don't want to miss out on. The guys at the border can be very strict about that. To renew your passport is kind of more important than you might think. Because if you haven't been on a big vacation for a long time, you're probably not aware of your validation date of the passport, and then it always takes a while to renew it. So really make sure when you start planning your trip that you also already check your passport. Not that you wake up and, oh, tomorrow's my flight, let's check my passport, and then, oh shoot, it's overdue. It's something you gotta plan a bit ahead. Einpacken. To pack. Einpacken. Or slower, einpacken. To pack. Du brauchst kein Handtuch einpacken. Das Hotel gibt uns welche. You don't need to pack a towel, the hotel will give us some. Better bring your own towel, I'd say. Depending, I mean, some Airbnbs actually give you towels. I always check if I need a towel because my luggage is always very kind of small and towel is very big. If you don't need to bring a towel, it's perfect. You save a lot of space in your luggage for other cool stuff. To bring up for some souvenirs for your family. Even though also, get back to the main word, to pack, like einpacken. That's also one of the coolest parts to me for the journey. I know, like many people find it so annoying to pack all the stuff and a bit stressful. But again, like after you book the flight and have the accommodation and everything, this is the next step when it really gets real that, oh, you usually pack like maybe a day or two before you start going on your vacation. So then you feel like, okay, this is the kind of the start of the vacation. So it's not so stressful for me, but it's kind of enjoyable because the trip gets started. Ein Visum beantragen. To get a visa. Wenn du nach China willst, musst du vorher ein Visum beantragen. If you want to visit China, you have to apply for a visa in advance. Yeah, China is one country, the US also. But as Germans, we are quite lucky. I once heard that Germany's passport is the one that needs the least visa. So that means there is the most countries you can just travel to without having to apply for a visa. For example, my girlfriend, she's from Brazil, and I don't know, I like the US, so I want to travel to the US. For me, it's kind of easy. I just have to fill this one paper, send it there, and done. She really has to apply for a big-time visa, so it's a much more complicated process. So I'm quite lucky with my German passport. That brings me to all the countries I want to. Same as checking a passport. Visa is something you should do on time, because it always takes a while until all the stuff is processed. There's like document after sending some stuff to receiving some stuff and another document. So just make sure you plan ahead, do all that on time, and then you will be safe and can start your travel. So this is from me for you the guideline how to prepare and plan your travels. I hope you liked the lesson. Subscribe to the channel, leave some comment. Maybe I forgot some important step in the way to prepare your travel or my travel. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. For me, traveling is so cool. I guess you all love traveling. That's why you love learning languages and are here with me. Make sure you don't forget anything. Make sure to renew your passport, come to Germany, plan ahead, ask for vacation, and then pack. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Herr Cardigan, Sie sind sicher Amerikaner, oder?
Nein, ich komme aus Kanada.
Oh, Entschuldigung.
Es ist schon okay. Ich wohne in Washington.
Und Sie kommen aus Kanada?
Ja, ich komme aus Calgary. Und Sie, Frau Löwen?
Ich bin Deutsche.
Kommen Sie aus Berlin?
Nein, ich komme nicht aus Berlin. Ich wohne und arbeite in Berlin, aber ich komme aus Leipzig.
In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Germany. Fertig? Are you ready? Los! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is Hallo. Hallo. Hallo means hi or hello. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. The most used formal greetings will change depending on the time of day. Let's start with Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Literally, Guten Tag means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use Guten Tag only during the daytime, from late morning until early evening. In the morning we say Guten Morgen, good morning. Guten Morgen. During the evening we say Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Tag, Morgen and Abend is German for day, morning and evening, respectively. Easy, right? What should you say when you leave? German people usually say Auf Wiedersehen when leaving in a formal situation. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen means goodbye. If we say goodbye to friends or our relatives, we use the informal word Tschüss. Tschüss. Now you can greet people in many different ways in German. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say Hallo. Formally, use Guten Morgen in the morning, Guten Tag in the afternoon, and Guten Abend in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say Auf Wiedersehen. And in an informal situation, it's Tschüss. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Laura's insights. Due to a huge variety of dialects in Germany, you might hear many different greeting phrases depending on the area. In Austria and in the Catholic southern part of Germany, they even say Grüß Gott, which means greetings to God. In the past, people from the north could barely talk to people from the south, since they spoke very different languages. But nowadays, if you use these common phrases, then everyone will understand you. I'm sure.
Hallo, Herr Martens, willkommen.
Hallo. Wie geht es Ihnen, Frau Schneider? How do...
Mir geht es gut, danke. Und Ihnen?
Auch gut, danke.
Sind Sie müde?
Nicht sehr müde. Nein.
Sehr gut.
Hi everyone, welcome to German Top Words. Today we'll be learning about 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. Alright. Bitte rufen Sie die Polizei. Bitte rufen Sie die Polizei. Call the police, please. Yeah, so if you got caught in an emergency, then you can just say to someone, call the police, please. Haben Sie Fieber? Haben Sie Fieber? Do you have a fever? So if someone's not feeling well or looks really sick, or if you're at the doctor, then he might ask, haben Sie Fieber? Ich habe meinen Reisepass verloren. Ich habe meinen Reisepass verloren. I lost my passport. I once thought I had lost my passport, but then luckily I found it in my suitcase, so I was safe. Nothing happened. Ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. Ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. I think I ate something bad. So when you're not feeling well, when you have a stomach ache, then you would say, ich glaube, ich habe etwas Schlechtes gegessen. Ich brauche einen Arzt. Ich brauche einen Arzt. I need a doctor. If you want someone to call an ambulance, then you would be like, ich brauche einen Arzt. But that sounds really, really urgent. Ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. Ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. I can't find the way back to my hotel. So if you're, for example, in a foreign country and you took a walk and you got lost suddenly, then you could go to some person and say, ich finde den Weg nicht zurück zu meinem Hotel. Can you help me, please? Können Sie mir helfen? Gibt es eine Apotheke in der Nähe? Gibt es eine Apotheke in der Nähe? Is there a pharmacy nearby? So in Germany there are many different pharmacies. They're called Apotheke, like Sonnenapotheke or something Apotheke. They all have different names. And it's also a very common occupation to be an Apotheker, to be a pharmacist. Ich habe mich verlaufen. Ich habe mich verlaufen. I'm lost. And then you could add, can you help me please? Können Sie mir helfen? Ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. Ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. I need an ambulance. When something really, really bad happened, like you broke your leg or you're suffering under really, really bad pain, then you would say, ich brauche einen Krankenwagen. Or, könnt ihr einen Krankenwagen rufen? Can you please call an ambulance? Bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr. Bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr. Please call the fire department. If you see a fire somewhere, if your house is burning, then say to someone, bitte rufen Sie die Feuerwehr, or just Feuerwehr. Okay, so these were 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. I hope you will never use them. I don't want you to get caught in an emergency. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Don't forget to check out our website, germanpod101.com. Bye. Peace.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.